when Moses came back and he said, let my people go, why didn't that Pharaoh kill him right off the bat or put him in jail the first time he came? Who would have the audacity to come before the leader of the Egyptian empire and say, let these slaves go? I know that if I were the ruler, guards off to the who's God. How dare he? You know? But he knew him. You know, some people say he may have been a brother, grew up, but if you know the history a little bit better, Moses was most likely his uncle, because Moses was born during the time of Thutmose the First. And Hatshepsut, you remember Hatshepsut? One of the greatest queens of Egypt? Maybe she was the princess. Maybe that's why, if you read Egyptian history, that everything was fine, all her statues and names began to be erased. Why? Because Amenhotep II, the grandson of the Pharaoh who took in Moses, was ticked off because he destroyed his monarchy. So you want to destroy the name of his aunt who brought in this little baby to destroy Egypt. Now, there are, of course, for those of you who are familiar, that a lot of people, think that Moses was born around the time when Pharaoh Ramesses came. But no, it was during what we call the 18th dynasty. Ramesses was the 19th dynasty. King Tut was the last of the 18th dynasty. You're all familiar with King Tut, right? I even saw his face mask, that golden mask, in Chicago many years ago when I was a young whippersnapper. Now I'm a whipper, but not a snapper. Yeah. So anyhow, I'm going to begin with this because of this New Year according to Gregory II. Because this is the Gregorian New Year. The New Year in Israel was September. There is another one coming up soon. Tu B'Shvat. The New Year's for the tree. Because at this time of the year, the sap begins to feed the trees. Before, it was the ground. It was the springs, the rivers, the ponds. But now, it's developed enough where the sap feeds the tree. So it's called the New Year for the trees, and this is where also some people, as a modern tradition, start planting trees. And by the way, in the entire world, Israel is the most place where trees are planted today. They should do so in the Amazon, well, like they do in Israel. So I want